Hey traders, welcome to today's live trading demonstration video. You're here with Dale and I'm here with you today on the S&P 500. This is a contract of difference, basically the S&P spot market, and I've identified what I think is a pretty good swing trade opportunity here. So with the S&P and the Dow and the other indices, they're like breakout kind of markets. When they break out, they tend to break and go. So they do tend to fall into consolidation a lot. You'll see that, but when you see them break out, they generally move quite a bit. So, and even back here, we can see a bit of consolidation there, and then you get that break and go kind of effect. Now, especially when the market breaks into all-time highs, which it has here. So I've actually marked the previous high, or the previous ceiling here, which you can see by this rejection candle here. So that's a previous resistance. As you can see, the market's broken into all-time highs. So we can say it's a new higher high that's been made, never been seen before. And the market has corrected back and retested that previous ceiling, and it's now holding as support. So how do I know that it's acting as support? Well, we can see this rejection candle pattern we've got here. That long lower tail basically communicates to me that the market moved down, tested the level, and then bounced back upwards. That's what's leaving that long lower tail there. And it's very characteristic with pin bars and rejection candles, the most common price action signal that's talked about over the internet. But when you trade these guys, you've really got to build some context into the situation. You've really got to build some context into the trade. I like to do top-down analysis as well. It's all about building value into the whole trade idea first, and just then really using the candlestick as your framework to build your trade around. Speaking of top-down analysis, there's not really much I can do here because I already know from the weekly chart that these are all-time highs, and there's not really much else I can do. There's going to be nothing to the left because obviously the market's never printed at these prices before, but we can see the previous ceiling there, and you can see that nice swing level in effect there. So we go to the daily chart and we can see the swing level much more clearly there, and the swing level is basically when the old highs are broken through, retested as new support, or vice versa. You get a breakthrough a level to the downside, comes back up, tests it, drops a signal there for you at the new swing level, where old support acts as new resistance, and then you get that follow through. Right now we're in the Asia session, and usually the Asia session going to do really too much for us, but it can offer opportunities to get better prices into the trade, as the Asia session tends to correct. It's just like a correctional kind of session where the market tends to pull back, and then during London, New York, that's when the market really likes to move where it wants to go. Generally, whatever you see in the Asia session, you'll probably see the opposite happen in the London or US session. So what we've got here is an opportunity to grab basically a retracement entry. Instead of taking the breakout here, which is normally what I'd like to do on the S&P, but to do that, if we took the break of the high to get our stop below the swing low, we're going to have quite a big stop loss there. If this was an inside day or an indecision candle, something that was much lower in range, we could consider taking the breakout. But we actually have an opportunity here to tighten our stop by taking the pullback entry. You can see the market's pulled back a little bit down the candle range, and we can get in about here, and then put our stop below there, and then we've only got our risk size to be this distance. All right, and that gives us much more reward potential. So we could probably get 1 to 4, or at least 1 to 3 out of this. I'll probably go for 1 to 4. To set this up, I'm going to open up my trade management tool. Okay, so here's my trade management tool, and this is basically some software I made for MT4 that basically makes placing trades a breeze. Yes, placing orders through MT4 is quite easy, but this handles the risk management side of it, and it can do other fancy things like trailing stops and OCO orders and things like that, straddle trading. So if you want to learn more about this, I've got a full video playlist on the panel if you want to check it out on the YouTube channel there. But for now, I'm just going to use it to actually enter the trade here, and it's going to calculate, I've set it to calculate $1,000 risk, And my risk reward target I can even set here to make things nice and easy. I'm going to set that to 4. We're always open to move that target later on if we need to. Retracement entry, normally I would do that, but because we're actually at the retracement entry price now, we could probably just enter at market and just get straight in. That looks good. Stop going below the previous swing low, which is the previous candle low. Everything looks good. I just want a simple trade here. I don't want trailing stops or anything like that. I don't want to do split money management or anything. It's all good. Just a simple trade. Just a panel makes it very easy to allocate my dollar risk into the stop loss that I need. We're just going to hit buy. So we're in. That's as simple as that. So that you can see the market has actually set up our trade order. And 1 to 4 actually looks like a very reasonable target to hit. We could probably even go 1 to 6. We might just move that actually. Because if this actually takes off, if this trade actually does follow through to the upside in the US session, I think there's much more upside potential than that. So we'll move this up to 1 to 6, which is going to be about, say, just probably about there. Modify that. Okay, that looks reasonable too. So all we need is some bullish follow through here, and this should be an easy trade. So I'm going to leave the video, and I'm going to come back and update you guys on the progress of this trade in the next part of the video. So hopefully I will see you soon. Okay, I'm back, guys, and it's only been a couple of seconds for you, but it's been about 2 weeks for me here, and I woke up and checked the charts and seen that my trade here has hit its target, and that's definitely something I like to wake up to in the morning. So really, it's been a great trade. It's been a beeline straight from my entry, straight to the 1 to 6 target. Huge target, man. If you can get 1 to 6 trades, that is an awesome return. That's basically 6 times what you invested. You invest $100, then you get $600 back. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean the S&P has been a really great market to be trading lately. I've actually pulled this off in the previous bull run. When it breaks into all-time highs, it's usually a pretty big bullish event and quite an easy trade. And I've also actually on oil as well. Oil, I caught a bull trade here as well. Very similar trade. Okay, we've got previous resistance, very clear resistance there. We break out, we come back, and we see that rejection coming off there and the level acting as a nice swing level. And then I caught the run up here. I didn't do a full risk on this though, but it was still a 1 to 6 trade, but only half my normal risk. So there's the Dow. Dow's been quite aggressively bullish as well. So very happy with this outcome, and it couldn't have come at a better time because this session NFP comes out, and really the last thing I'd really want to see is my trade makes so much progress, and then NFP comes down and tanks the S&P for some reason if it's a horrible result or something like that. So it hit my target just before NFP, which is great, so I can basically go into the weekend stress-free. But hey, you never know, the NFP could drive this market a lot higher. But I'd rather just take them 1 to 6 and not be greedy and try and hold through NFP and just leave it like that. So this is it. This is swing trading. This is why I love it. You get really great returns when you ride these trends out. If you're interested in learning more about my price action secrets, how I do technical analysis like this, you feel free to check out my War Room program. It has the course inside there, which has, like I said, has all my price action secrets, all my technical analysis methods that I use, what I'm checking for, top-down analysis, market structure, okay, just quality control features to filter out bad trades, all those kinds of things that I've learned over the years. I also have all my tools in there that I've created. The trade panel, which I showed you, which I just used in the first part of the video. Chart builder, okay, really awesome custom chart builder. Build your own charts, crazy stuff there. And also my battle station tool as well, which you've probably seen around the site and things like that. It's a candlestick pattern recognition algorithm that I created. It'll send you alerts to your phone when it finds candlestick patterns and when it detects breakouts and things like that. It works with your MT4 like all the levels that you've plotted on the chart, your trend lines and stuff. It reads all those and works with it. So it will tell you if something's formed at resistance, or if something's broken a trend line, and it has all those quality control filters built into that as well. Feel free to turn them on and off as you please. And I am working on a lot of other really cool stuff as well. And I know you guys really push me to do more videos like this, but um, oh, here's the battle station right now. So speak of the devil, we've got an alert come up. The pound Aussie, we've got a bullish breakout trap event close to triggering. So we'll just have a quick look at that. Pound Aussie, was it? Okay, so what it's basically saying here is it's one of the trade setups that teach in the course. Basically, the prior day low was breached, and then the market basically faked out and is rallying up the other end, and it's about to break the other end of that candle there. That's the breakout trap in reverse setup that we use. I'm not going to trade that though. It doesn't really look like a good location to be doing that from, so I don't really see that as a valid setup. But it does all sorts of alerts, and that's what all the markings are on the charts here. Okay, so you've got rejection candles marked out. Okay, these are all bullish rejection candle alerts. You can see those worked out quite nicely. So if you're interested in that, just go check out the War Room. It has all the information about all the tools, and I'll try to put as much documentation up as I can. But otherwise, I hope you got some value out of this video, maybe a bit of motivation to move over to swing trading. You know, guys, if you're new and you're into these scalping and day trading strategies, I know they're fun and adrenaline pumping and you know the excitement's there, but they just really don't work in the long term. You're going to have a lot of trouble trading on those lower time frames. Trust me. If you don't believe me, go for it. You'll find out the hard way, and then you'll come back and say, yeah, you were right. How do I swing trade effectively in the markets? I get it all the time. Okay. And that's fine. I've dabbled in that in my earlier days as well. I mean, you're not going to believe anyone until you try it for yourself, right? Or you can go check out my other videos and other articles and tutorials that I have on my website. There's a lot of free information there. Okay. So, guys, I hope if any of you guys from the War Room are watching this, hopefully you guys caught that trade and wrote it out. And I hope you caught that oil trade as well. And actually, I do know a couple of you guys did actually catch that, so well done. And for the rest of you guys, all the best of luck on the charts, and I will see you in the next video.